love a good snack. The sweet, the savory. In fact, in this next segment, food and fashion meet. 425 Magazine's October issue, out today, is serving up style with a side of sophistication. Their latest fashion shoot takes place at Ascend Prime Steak and Sushi in Bellevue, blending haute couture with high-end cuisine in a stunning visual feast. Our own Kelly Hansen got a behind-the-scenes peek with 425 style writer Andrew Hoge.
Hello, fall. We are in it. Yeah. So you have a fall fashion editorial. Tell me about it.
Yeah. This is one of my favorite projects of the year because it's a process of conceptualizing and feeling what's quite literally in the air, gathering a team of really talented individuals, our photographer, our hair and makeup team, finding a really cool venue to create a story and a concept that is relevant and timely, for the Pacific Northwest. So this year, globally, fashion and food are having a really interesting relationship right now. It seems like every designer is opening a restaurant or a fashion campaign has some sort of food reference to it. So we thought, why not create our fashion editorial at one of the best restaurants in the Pacific Northwest? So we chose Ascend.
Ascend is one of my favorite places. What was the vision today with fashion and food, but like the overall mood and vibe, would you say?
Yeah, we really wanted to go big with this shoot. The last couple of years have been very subtle, that whole quiet luxury vibe, which definitely has a place. But if we're talking about Ascend, we're talking about the fashion this year, we were thinking about colors, about patterns, about a little bit of ridiculousness, a little bit of maximalism. And so we have shots, we're in the kitchen with a chef in an evening gown while he's cooking food, and we're, playing around with crab and cocktails and things like that. So we wanted to have the backdrop and the overall story be about this culinary experience and what it might look like to pair that with food, but the through line, the way the characters that our models are playing, they're a little mischievous. They're, in the kitchen, they're taking a peek, they're having fun. It's a little exaggerated, it's thrilling and a little cheeky. So we wanted to have fun with it and just present fashion in the Pacific Northwest in a slightly different way.
Yeah, and talk to me about some of the local designers that you're using and just maybe the trends that you see happening coming into fall and beyond.
Absolutely. Well, we get to do this a couple of times a year, and I wish it was more, but there is a really rich fashion tapestry in the Pacific Northwest. We have really amazing shops and designers and an environment that with a lot of creativity, but part of the joy of doing this type of project is being able to gather all of that talent together onto the pages for the editorial. It doesn't happen too often. So when I'm, reaching out and kind of seeing what the designers have come up with this year, it's really fascinating to see all of that come together. And this year, we're seeing a lot of really amazing colors, patterns, silhouettes. But, on a local level, I find that the designers, the shopkeepers in Seattle really have their own vision and a certain amount of freedom as to what is what presented. Seattle, it's a little bit more free. It's not as trendy, generally speaking, but they make pieces for their customers and for what all of us want to wear in the Pacific Northwest.
Well, I know I'm going to want to wear everything on these pages. You can feel your passion and love for fashion and the magazine. So what do you want people to feel after they're looking at a spread like this?
Absolutely. I want people to feel a sense of wonder and a sense of curiosity, not only about the clothing, but about the hair and makeup, and about which Jean Juarez Salons and Spas did for us, and about the space. Ascend has so many amazing culinary experiences, beverage experiences, and thinking about those two things coexisting in a really unique and interesting way. Whether they're going to, a local bar or maybe something a little bit more elevated like Ascend, I think that thinking about fashion and food and what that journey and what that experience looks like can really apply on so many different levels. And I hope it inspires people to kind of take that thought to the next level.
I feel inspired. I love that Kelly got a sneak peek of the magazine shoot with Andrew Hoagie at Ascend.